Gary, the final round of the home and away season, and with the top 4 spot potentially up for grabs against Geelong at the Whitten Oval yesterday, it was a bit disappointing to go down by 35 points. And sometimes it's as simple as tipping your hat to the opposition, and on face value it seemed that the Cats were quite simply just that little bit too good for us on the day.
Yeah, look, Sam, it was obviously totally unacceptable what we dished up, especially in the first half, and it probably was a little bit of the flow-on effect from the second half against Frankston the week before. I didn't think we played all that well, even though we got to about an 80-point margin, but Geelong were very, very physical in relation to getting at us when we had the ball, and obviously we subsequently coughed it up, and of course their outside run and their players like Hall and Smith and Smets, they just had, and Cockatoo for that matter, they were just, I guess, irrepressible in a way. And I think it was certainly between Hall and Smith and Smets, it ended up being over 70 possessions. So it was dominant, and the way they used the ball, they're number one for efficiency and effectiveness. If I had to go back over the game, I thought the first sort of 15 minutes we sort of scrapped a little bit here and there. We gave them 2 easy goals. Billy Hogan kicks a goal at maybe 3 goals to 1. It's not too bad. And then they just went bang, bang, bang and got 6 goals on the board. In that second quarter, I think it was 130-odd possessions to our about 50-odd. So it was one-way traffic, and our defence was put under pressure. And if you don't bring effort, I don't give a stuff who you are, whether you're an AFL-listed player or a VFL-listed player. If effort and work rate are 2 key categories, you're then going to get sat on your backside, and we well and truly did that.
The start was obviously a little bit flat, as you said, and Geelong had 6 goals to none at quarter time. But after that, the final margin reflected that it was quite even in that last 3 quarters. Was it pleasing at least to see the boys hang a little bit tough and show a little bit of spirit, not to be completely blown out of the water?
Well, you can probably look at it 2 ways. You can sort of say that's the case, and I would have been terribly disappointed if we just had it rolled over. But you've also got to think that Geelong were probably a side that took the foot off the pedal just a little bit. I thought they were playing with us at times with their, ball use. There was switches of play, and it was from one side of the ground to the other, and just holding on to it and denying us that ability to get it. And we were slack to obviously force them into a position to actually try and kick hurriedly, and that gives our mids and possibly defenders who are forward of the ball a little bit of an opportunity. But overall, if we did actually get the ball, we then were poor, and of course Cockatoo and these guys just got out the back and they kicked easy goals. So yeah, was it a bit of us, a bit of them? I don't think it was certainly for us to come in at half-time with 2 goals on the board. You'd like to think you're going to be better than that. And there was so much to play for, and I think that's really the disappointing thing that I take out of the game, a top 4 chance. And what we've now got to do is analyse it pretty quickly this afternoon, and then try and put it to bed and look at what we can do going forward, because our development team had a wonderful win, and they're certainly the form development side of the competition, and they're on a real roll, so it's great. I've got some ammunition now to make some change. It just depends on what we do with our personnel.
And as you said, I suppose there's no use lingering on yesterday's result too long. You will analyse it, but we've now got a final series to prepare for as we finish in 6th position on the ladder. And first up at Sandringham, and although we now find ourselves in a cutthroat position, I'm sure yourself and the players won't just be giving up on our ultimate goals and dreams for the season just yet.
Well, that's right, mate. Last year we didn't make the finals, so of course it's a step forward in that, regard. 37 changes, but no, I'd like to think that certainly the coaching staff doesn't believe it's done and dusted, and I'm hoping that when the players turn up here this afternoon that they'll be of the same belief. And we've given ourselves a chance, not ideal, but hey, you only just give yourself one chance at a time now, and we've got Sandringham. Hopefully everything goes well, and we're obviously back at home and all good to go from that point on. So we just need to make sure that what happened yesterday is still firmly in our minds, and know that we can control a lot of it.
And it's fantastic to see the Development League entering their finals campaign with some momentum. They'll be facing off against Williamstown prior to the senior game, and it promises to be a huge day and week ahead for the whole club.
Yeah, it's probably not very often we do our arch enemy a helping hand, because obviously by us beating Coburg by that much it allowed Willie to come in. But certainly, considering they had an 0-4 start, it's just been a wonderful turnaround, and Lee Rowe and Trent McMicken and all the boys who are coaching the development side. And I looked at the side yesterday, and I think 20 of the 23 had played some sort of senior footy. with the footy club. So that's great, hopefully going forward. But certainly it'd be nice to come away Sunday with 2 wins and we can stay alive in the competition.
Gary, thanks for your time as always, and hopefully we'll be speaking after those 2 more wins to come next Monday to continue our season 2016 journey for another week at least.
Good on you, Sam. Go Borough.